Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone here this morning. This is Mrs. Ebbers' first grade class. I'm Mrs. Van West, their music teacher. And we are going to be presenting The Little Red. So I don't forget, I want to give a shout out this year to Mrs. Ebbers and our paras. We have several paras that help some of our kids, and our classroom para, Miss Juliana. They have done a lot to help us this year, since we have a shorter music time. Next year we go back to regular. So I just want to say thank you that they did a lot of work on this. So I hope you enjoy the show. I would ask that you hold your applause, your clapping, until the end, until the show is over. All right, here we go.
She had several fluffy yellow chicks, and as you can see, lots of animal friends. One morning, as the little red hen was scratching around the barnyard, she had covered some grains of wheat. Excited at her big discovery, she called out to her friends and neighbors, saying,
"If we plant these lovely seeds, we'll have more grain than we need."
All by herself.
What a lovely day to plant my seeds.
After many days of beautiful sunshine and nights of soft rain, out to her friends and neighbors, saying,
"If we reach this lovely day, we'll soon have what to eat."
reap the wheat all by herself.
What a lovely day to reap the wheat.
Very carefully she cut the wheat and tied it into bundles. The next day, it was time to take the wheat to the mill so it could be ground into flour.
If we take this to the mill, we will certainly have our fill.
Eagerly she called out to her friends and neighbors, saying, So the little red hen trudged out to the mill with her large bundles of grain.
What a lovely day for a walk to the mill.
In a few hours, she was back home in the barnyard with a lovely sack of fine flour. By this time, the little red hen and her chicks were quite hungry. Anxiously, she called out to her friends and neighbors, saying,
When we turn this flour into bread, we'll have meals for days ahead. Who will help me bake the bread? I'd rather not do it alone. Oh, who will help me bake the bread? I could do it on my own, but I'd rather not do it alone.
So the little red hen rolled out the dough all by herself, noting what a lovely day to roll out dough and bake some bread. She kneaded it with care, rolled out the dough, formed a loaf, and carefully placed it in the oven. Before long, the animals began to gather as they smelled the delicious smell of baking bread. And the little red hen busied herself setting her table with plates, glasses, napkins, silverware, and fresh butter. Wow, this is rough, really rough.
Now, maybe I will get a little milk with my bread.
Maybe some crackers too.
Come on, move over. What the have a hissy?
little red hen and her chicks sat down. As they were about to enjoy their special feast, the little red hen noticed all of her barnyard friends nearby. She smiled sweetly, turned to them, and read a poem.
So many times I asked for help, but you were not inclined to give me your assistance, your support, or your time. So now that the deed is done and we have bread to eat, don't you feel a little guilty that you didn't help plant the wheat? Or come to my assistance when it was time to weep or grind it? Or even knead it into dough? No, you didn't even mind it.
The animals hung their heads in shame. The little red hen was right. They didn't deserve any reward, and they didn't do anything, right? Wow, I must bend her up. I'm sorry.
Meow, I have no excuse. Can't stop my tongue.
I ducked out every time you asked for help.
The way we treated you was unreasonable.
That's not the way friends should. A little red hen truly believed that each of the animals had learned an important lesson. After gathering them together, she made room for each and every one of them around her table.
A lesson now you each have learned. You only get what you have earned.
And the next time that someone thinks to ask, I hope you'll help them do the task. In the meantime, take a seat and share the goodness that comes from
Growing wheat!